They were watching Breaking Bad. I don't get it. Did we think we were in Breaking Bad? Like, not only was Mr. Ferguson, who was watching Breaking Bad with his wife when they had an argument, Ferguson is actually a judge in California, right? And for context, he's a 72-year-old man. He was married to his wife, Cheryl, 65, okay? He got a young one. And he's been accused of, enter word here, of Miss Cheryl, right? Cheryl also used to be a judge in 2025, and he was a prosecutor for like 32 years. Apparently, their adult son was actually at the home with them. He calls 911. He gets arrested, and his bail was set at like $1 million. And of course, the judge posted bail, and he was out the next day. Gente con feria, am I right? Like, of course. Now, there were videos taken of Judge Ferguson, okay, when the police are talking to him. Tell you about the wackadoo stuff he said at the police station. You would think he would know this was recorded, right? He has already done this. You preside over cases, you yourself are the prosecutor, like you gotta know whatever you're saying to them, like somebody's recording it, right? Even like these days, body cam, anytime you come with any type of police interaction, you gotta know like somewhere, somehow, this is getting recorded, right? Someone can watch this. I shot her to death. My son is gonna hate me forever. I killed her, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Convict my ass. I did it. I'm sorry. Not stupid. I'm going to be arraigned in my own mother in court. Allegedly, this argument did occur over money, which a lot of arguments do occur over money in a lot of different places and a lot of different spaces. So money as a sore spot, not shocked that that's an argument that actually occurs. What is not common is what we do whilst arguing about the money. So apparently he had a loaded thing on of him, and it was an ankle holster, which, you know, I always got to make sure I have my ankle holster too when I'm watching Breaking Bad and arguing about money at my house. I mean, it's just, who watches Breaking Bad without one? I've never heard of it. Now, the other thing is that one, it was like literally attached to his body and like near your shoe, right? So I feel like you'd have to intentionally reach down and get it. And then according to ballistics, it takes like 5 pounds of pressure to actually make this thing work. According to the medical examiner, the path that, you know, happened to poor Cheryl said it entered her left abdomen and exited her upper right back, like at an angle, right? Ferguson claims that this was an accident, which again, I was not the best at math. You can clock me, ask my husband. He had to help me with my math homework for college algebra. The math still isn't math to me, and I'm not a mathematician. Because of where it was located and just how would that be an accident? Under what conditions how did we get there? And I would like to see exactly what evidence they have. Doesn't make sense for me. The crazy thing is there's a lot of focus on the things that Judge Ferguson said afterwards. Like, my son is going to hate me forever, and she's dead. I shot her to death. That's valid, Judge. Yeah, that makes sense. You're probably right. The craziest part for me is that Ferguson explained to the police what he says Cheryl said to him right before the incident occurred. He claims that Cheryl said, "Why don't you point a real at me? Hold my beer." What? She didn't mean it. Again, I wasn't there. Prior to the real one, apparently when they had been arguing earlier before we watched Breaking Bad and stuff just really, you know, pops off, he allegedly was pointing hand signals at his wife, and then that's why she referred to, "Why don't you just point a real one at me?" I'm pretty sure that wasn't an invitation. Like, I don't think she actually wanted you to do that. It wasn't a challenge. And then why did you do it? So then how is it an accident? But what I would love is to actually hear what the evidence was, because for some reason the jury is deadlocked in their verdict, and I want to know why. Like, based off of the 2 sentences I know about this case, I'm like, lock them up. But they must have heard something to make them feel like it wasn't that cut and dry. What do they know? I want to know what they know.